Okay, you guys, you know I'm a little old lady over here. I was never planning to go live tonight, but I want to talk about this podcast. And if you're at the late night crew, definitely stay over there. If you're at Hannibal is Hungry, stay over there. Um, I wasn't trying to split the audience, but it was going on a little long, and it's now close to midnight. So I'm gonna go ahead. I just gotta get everything set up really quickly because we're gonna watch the Tiffany Henyard on the move from adult night, from a person that went that's a Go Falcons, from a person that went to elementary school in Dalton, from a person that grew there and did not fly there, from a person that has loved ones in Dalton. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd be nervous. I totally be nervous because I want my family to get the services they need. And if what they say is true, I don't want to ever put them in this predicament. But I have their blessing to keep on going with my commentary. So I'm gonna watch the on the move video, give you some landmarks, tell you some history, and break it down. Let me tell you this. I'm disappointed. Now, y'all know I'd be like, let me tell you both sides. I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I'm disappointed. Not that the mayor is supposed to stand there and get beat up every hour. I'm not saying that. Or all day. We sound let me play over here. You know we gotta play it. I'm not saying she gotta get beat up all the time and take it. I only can imagine. I always tell y'all, like I get people be like, oh, is the mayor paying you? No. Is the trustees paying you? No. I'm just giving my vision on what I think as a person that has worked for the village of Dalton before, lived out in the Southland, lived in Thornton Township. I tell y'all all the time, Zuccarelli wasn't showing Dalton no love. I don't care what you say. I do not care what you say, guys. Tell me one thing Zuccarelli reached down and did for Dalton. I'll wait. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. Nobody's came back to me with the receipt. So I'm like, now that I see that she's a supervisor and people are like, oh, now she's focused on Dalton. Well, Dalton ain't got no love in 20 years, just to be honest. So I have both sides to the story. So if you're over here, it's gonna be both sides. Let's be respectful in the comments. Like I said, I'm only trying to do one thing.
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight, because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in Springfield?
You need to ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled it. I was just riding the bike.
We need more.
I was just riding the bike. So you're going to get it from my perspective. Now, please, your opinions are valid over here. I just want to talk about it. That's like my goal. I saw so many people covering it. So many people are talking about it. It is a hot topic. It is the Nino Brown situation, all the board meeting back and forth. It is a hot topic. But I want to give you I want to give the perspective for someone on the ground, if you will let me do that. Okay. I don't mean no disrespect to the trustees, and I don't mean any disrespect to the workers, because I'm gonna tell you, I've seen the cleanup, but I've also seen the tax raises. You know what I mean? So I hope you can have an open mind. Let's go ahead and first of all, before we do that, I want to share, because I gotta get set up. I'm about to share the on the move. Let's go ahead and go with Pablos right quick. I'm sorry, I didn't have that on my regular format, so we're just going to pull it up right here. And thanks for being here. Hit the like button. Consider joining my membership. If you're a member, let them know it's different stuff over on the membership the membership side. And I would like to see you over there. I do have inside scoops, but I don't know any insiders at the village. Don't get me wrong. Just a little background, okay? I don't have any insiders at the village, period. Point blank, period. Just making sure you know. I'm just speaking from my perspective.
I'm here on behalf to speak of Pablo's Bar and Calf. As many of y'all may know, I'm the head security guard up there. And that's my life. Like, that's the only thing I got right now. Mm-hmm. Like, Pablo's pulled me out the streets. Mm-hmm. It kept me from being out here hustling, selling drugs, doing all this other stuff. It pulled me out the street and gave me an honest living. Mm-hmm. It helped me send my son to prom just a couple of months ago. It brings revenue to the hotel because I'm staying in the hotel right now. As of 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, I have nowhere to go. I have no vehicle to move my things out. With this business being closed, it totally shot my life. Like, I'm 47 years old with arthritis. It's not much that I can do. And Pablo gave me a chance, as well as other employees that's here that we work for Pablo's. Like, I stand on Pablo's with an iron fist. I keep people from hanging out in the lot. I keep people from out and drinking in the lot. As anybody know, anywhere, whether it's a bar, a club, a gas station, a restaurant, it's going to be some form of violence somewhere. But we stand on top of it to eliminate the violence. It may turn into an argument, but we diffuse it to keep it from turning into fights and shootouts. It has been situations that happen at Pablo's, but nothing dramatic. Nothing while I was there. Nothing while I was there. When I became the head of security guard, all of that stopped. All of that stopped. When people go out in the lot, it's hard for us to control that because we're not officers. If I go out in the lot and I get into it with somebody in the lot, then I'm just as much as wrong as they are. But we exit them out the building and make people leave the building. Like, that brings everything to me. And like I said, come tomorrow morning, I have nothing. I have nothing because Pablo's closed. And I'm just coming to find out, like, are we going to get a chance to open? Do we get a chance to come back? Do I get my job back? What am I to do? Like, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to talk wrong or talk down to anybody. As most of you all in here, y'all know me. I've been in Dalton for a long time. Like, I used to do security for Secrets. I worked for the owner of Pablo's across the street at the store. Like, security is what I can do with my situation. Other spots, not to put nobody else's business out there, it's not equipped for me to go in there because there's too much going on. I can't deal with all that. I'm not here to fight nobody. I'm not here to pull guns on nobody. I'm not licensed to carry a firearm, so I can't deal with none of that. Pablo's is a safe haven compared to a lot of things that's going on. Like, I know a lot of stuff and a lot of people in Dalton. Compared to a lot of things and a lot of businesses that's going on, we're kind of one of the safest places there. Some of you all have been up there, and y'all see that we run it, we keep it straight. We try to make everybody safe. Our goal is come in, have fun, go home.
Sir, you've reached your 3 minutes.
I just wanted to address you all for that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. That was very brave for him to go on a public platform and share his story. I do not know anyone involved in this story. I just want to share that before we continue to listen. But I did find this touching. So this video is regarding Pablo's Bar and Grill. They are currently closed. They are on Sibley Boulevard. They're not far from Mr. Rinkys. We covered that in another video. But it was some stories in here I thought the public should know. So you guys, Pablo's has been a business owner for years. We're going to hear some of the history from Mr. Pablo. We're also going to hear from more employees. And we don't know what's going on, right? We're just on the outside looking in. We want everybody to.
Okay, guys, that video is up on my channel. That's my stance on everything. I'm just on the outside looking in. Now, a lot of times I don't even have my opinion on here. We joke around. We put up the sound bites. We have fun because it's so many people that are interested in this story. I just wanted to throw my hat in the ring. No, I don't know anybody personally. And let me tell you, somebody might be like, oh, I went to school with her. And I just don't remember because y'all have to remember, I had a baby at 16. So if you did know me, you didn't know me. You know what I mean? I had a baby at 16. So I was working 2 jobs, going to high school, falsifying my dang on birth certificate to get a little job so I could act like I was 18 at Menards. I was doing all that just to, and look, that's done. That ain't a felony. That's done. I wanted a little job to help support my family. And I was in high school working a job at Menards and working a job at Illinois Bell, it was called at the time. So I don't remember. So if a lot of people be like, Burgundy, I went to high school with her. I really don't remember because I barely made it out. So if you weren't my friend, I don't remember. So when I say I don't know people, y'all, I had real bills at 17, 18. You know what I mean? So, but I am adult night, and my family, my mother participated in all the Thornton Township senior events and things of that nature. So I'm a Thornton Township person. You know what I mean? So let me tell you this. When I see this podcast, this is my first time you're probably going to hear Burgundy. Oh, wow. Now we probably see we're going to go. I have questions. I'm one of those people, is that called inquisitive, where you just can't throw nothing in front of me. I don't have questions. When I saw the people at Pablos, and I went through this is from, you could look up yourself, June 2023 board meeting. When I saw the people, just like, man, I just, I don't know if you guys know the climate here, but you just can't get fired and go say, you know what, I'm gonna go across the street and get a job. It don't work like that. Do you remember getting a job, and maybe you got a job at Wendy's, right? And you got a job at Wendy's when you're 16, right? Now it's people with full families at 40 years old trying to get a job at Wendy's. Nothing wrong with it. It's just what it is, because it's the jobs. It's a lack of the jobs. When it comes to municipalities, and I'm not even just speaking on Dalton, I work for several. It's who you know. If you Google any municipality, and especially if you probably Google here, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Google, I don't know. Well, I don't know the inside. I'm sure you'll find out so-and-so brother worked there too. So-and-so girlfriend worked there too. So-and-so sister worked there too. So-and-so mother got a job there. Their husband got a job there. Their wife, because it's who you know. And I'm not making that up. So if you're not being a nuisance, let these people have their way. I've had hard times, and I was over there watching Late Night Crew. Please give Late Night Crew a follow. I'm a small channel. He don't need any help from me. But if it is anyone not following Late Night Crew, please, when I ain't gonna lie, I went over there and I heard all the cussing, and I was like, oh no. And then I saw Trustee Belcher. I was like, oh no. None against Trustee Belcher. I was just like, you a woman and he's saying the B word. But I also heard the other side of Shay, and he was talking about, the Lord, him and his past. He was sharing a lot with the community. If you look in between his commentary and his jokes, he's joking. He got a family. It was a lot. He shared with us a lot. So go ahead. That's why I stayed around. Because again, when you're over here on Burgundy Blue Commentary, I'm not judging you. I'm seeing both sides. Okay. When I saw that it's a podcast and there's so much going on, and I know the podcast, she said the first, I was watching over there on Shay. We're going to watch it together. Give me 2 seconds. I know y'all like, come on, Burgundy, come on.
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
So y'all probably like, Burgundy, come on, you finna be long-winded. When I see, when I saw Mayor Tiffany Henyard, I was elated. When I saw Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, I was elated. A young woman doing big things. I'm not one of them women that's older. Like, that. Let's be clear. We ain't that far in age. Okay, let's be clear. But to see her make these milestones in the milestones as a single mom, I was proud of her. When I watch these board meetings, and I broke them down for you, you guys will see. We're going to play some. Set your notifications so you see when the video drop. When I saw the board meetings, the first thing she said, I'm not going to put nobody on blast. And then I see they on blast. Now, do I think she's supposed to be beat up? No. Like, I'd be like, man, I'm glad she got her head up and doing what she got to do. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, this ain't right. This ain't right. Hold on. I forgot to put the invite. I'm going to invite people in case they want to come up and say something. Hold on. I forgot to put that in there. And then also we have a membership. I would love to see your little burgundy blue emoji. Go ahead and hit join on the channel. I just want to share my point of view. So I always have two sides. Because when I saw that brother say, man, at 11 o'clock, I ain't got nowhere to go. I had to think, I'm like, okay, so why is Pablo getting set? That's my head. Or when I see Andrew Holmes, I didn't say it was Andrew Holmes. This is street saying that. I'm not saying that because I didn't get any documentation. We're going to wait for the documentation over here on this channel. When I see Andrew Holmes in the situation he is in allegedly, okay, the first thing I say is, A, why you not saying nothing? And B, who the hell called the police after they do something like that? You know, I always try to do two sides. At the end of the day, we ain't even got to do a podcast because all the people want to know is transparency. How much is being spent? Yes, this and that. I'm the first to say, I told y'all, prior administrations, you had a waterfall and a hot dog. I thought, now I'm not going to go out there. I can roller skate, but I'm not going out there and roller skating. But I think it's beautiful. But it's the way you got to do things. I love the lights. I think it's beautiful. Do I see the cleanup? The superintendent, from what I see, is doing a good job. But if it's not budgeted for, those basketball courts wasn't open for years. Just look raggedy. If it's not budgeted for, what's going to happen? Yes, the taxes are high. The water bills are crazy. They're not, what do you call it? Tens across the board. Like it's not leveled. So when you come over here, I'm not just saying this person's wrong, this person's right. I'm just trying to give you a ground roots perspective. I see both sides. That's all I'm saying. But let's watch this video. Let's see what she had to say. I think that's what I was saying. The board meeting, she was like, oh, I'm not going to put you on blast. Now you're putting people on blast. And I don't like that. Because you're a government official. You're a government official. This ain't high school. What is going on? Let's watch it, y'all. Hit that like button. Before you do that, let me go ahead and give you this join button. I would love to see you over here. And consider being a member of this channel. I know I got a lot of people. It's $2.99. I got a lot of people that came over here. A lot of people that came over here. And that's all I want to say from doing this story. So nobody's paying me. I don't know anybody. If somebody like, oh, she lying, I don't remember. Because y'all gotta remember, I was a whole adult in high school. I barely crossed the stage, okay, and continue life. Let's see. Okay, let me invite you guys, and then we're gonna go from there. Let's watch. And we're free thinkers over here. You're able to support the mayor. You're able to support the trustees. I did pin in a comment where you can join the YouTube channel. Please, I would love to see your emojis. But hit that like. That's all I care about. Also, shout out to everybody involved. I just hope they stay safe. But I don't know what PR company getting $25,000 that will release this. That I don't know. And if you're going to release something, even though it's supposed to be release the meeting minutes. Okay. Release the budget that's being spent. Okay. If you're going to release something, release how much it costs for this and that, because that's what the people want. This is, you could throw other people off that don't, not in the Southland, but you can't throw the people in the Southland off of that. And like I said, the stuff looked pretty. And I'm saying it from experience, like it was nothing for the kids to do. Nothing for the kids to do. Dalton ain't got no YMCA. We got a park district. Dalton don't have a YMCA, but we do have a park district. Some people can't afford the park district. So having public things, I think that's what she was trying to do. But it's a way to do it. That's all I'm saying. That Village Hall, I was in there. That Village Hall, y'all ever saw Gremlins? Put a 1 in the chat if you saw. I'm gonna wait. Then we'll go to. If you saw Gremlins, put a 1 in the chat. I'm talking about Gremlins. If you saw Gremlins, put a 1 in the chat, because I need y'all know. Y'all probably think I'm crazy if you don't. If I don't tell you why I'm bringing up Gremlins. So, Village Hall had this. I wish I could play it, but they're gonna shut my thing down. Village Hall was so old. It had like that. Do you remember on Gremlins when the lady saw the Gremlins at the door? And it didn't have any handicap accessibility. So on Gremlins, the lady saw the mayor, and she ended up being a mayor of the town, wasn't she? She was a mean mayor of the town, and she saw the Gremlins at her door caroling. Let me see. I'm waiting on y'all. Put the 1 in the chat. Then we'll go from there. I'm gonna play it anyway because I just think it's y'all got. If they shut us down, we're gonna come back up. Let's put up our free use. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw Gremlins. That I probably got a bunch of young people over here. If you saw Gremlins, put a 1 in the chat. Because I'm gonna tell you how Village Hall looked before. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can share it. This reminds me of old Village Hall. I'm just saying it wasn't renovated. It was so old it wasn't renovated. And if you're on this channel, I give you the history of Dalton. It wasn't renovated. This had an old Village Hall, not the one where you see Jason House and Trustee Kiana Belcher. Hey, Miss Mocha, thanks for being here. This was the old Village Hall when you walked in there. So so you know how you see the man they said got the Black Widow. You see him up there, the housing director. I don't know. I've been in that Village Hall just to pay something, but what happened is the old Village Hall, the housing department was up the steps. So if you were handicapped, this is the way you had to get up the steps at the old Village Hall. I'm gonna keep it muted. We're not like me that see the improvements, and that's all I'm saying. Now, please hear me when I say that. It's a way you're supposed to do it. It's an order you're supposed to do it. It's a situation you're supposed to do. Hey, exactly, Erica. Thanks for being here, boo. It's a way you're supposed to do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that from the trustees or anything, but I see the situation. I think the excitement is something is coming to town. Do I think it may hurt us later? And that's what the trustees are trying to stop? Yes. That's my opinion. Let's watch it. I just want y'all to get the full breakdown. But are the improvements needed? Yes. Like I said, it was nothing for the children to do. Wasn't no parade. Wasn't no fireworks. Wasn't nothing. No breast cancer walks. No matter how controversial it was. Wasn't no huge $200 turkey giveaways, even though I know the citizens paid for that. Like, I'm not a fool, but I'm saying it was nothing for even though the taxes are high. The taxes are too high. Now, those 122 banners that's going up all around town and stuff, I think that's excessive. I think it's excessive. It could be one or two. It don't need to be no $19,000 worth of banners.
Ain't nobody gonna approve that. And
Let's watch this. But that's why I just wanted to say something. I have, like this right here, this whole thing, it says Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast. Earlier today, she had about 58 subscribers. She's at 728. So she did what she had to do. She'll be monetizing this in a second. All right, let's go ahead and play. This only episode 1.
She all that.
Sound like a typical Tiffany.
Another exclusive?
Uh-huh.
Typical Tiffany.
Oh my God, really? She did that?
Mm-hmm. What? I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. Really?
y'all ready for this?
I heard she's starting a podcast.
Hey guys, this is Supermayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, I heard you guys were looking for me. Well, here I am, right here in the flesh. So today, I'm going to answer questions like, my friend, why you asking all them questions? So I'm going to answer questions that you may have, and I'm going to make sure I point out facts versus fiction, because that's a lot of negative narratives out there in the news. And today I'm going to show you how and why fake news truly do exist. I'm going to show you how the news tell you what they want you to know and not tell you what you need to know, so you can have a better judgment of what you're looking at. So the first 4 episodes or so, we will talk about the mess, because I'm going to lay it to rest. And then
I don't think it takes 4 episodes to talk about the mess. And I really would have loved, but I know it's controversial, for her to address the Vegas situation, even if it was in the slightest little bit, and also address, not even on here, but before we got to this point, the podcast that was anticipated before we got to this point, if she would have put them Village Minutes meeting up, and if she would have let the trustees in on the budget, because the meeting is tomorrow, right?
When we're done with that, we're going to bring you and talk to you about all the great things I've done within my 3 years of being the super mayor. I came up with super mayor because, as you can see, I am a mayor. I'm the mayor of Dawson. And then also I am the supervisor of Thornton Township. So it's just abbreviation of both titles, which is super for supervisor and then mayor put together. And that's why they say super mayor. And that's how I end up coming up with the coin super mayor. And a lot of people hate on me about it's not self-proclaimed. What do you mean? I got 2 titles, hater. Stop letting people hate on you. And as Cat Williams said, man, how y'all letting the losers tell a story? You can't tell my story. I wrote it. You can't tell what I've done. Let me tell my own story. That part. So stop listening to losers, because you got to go talk to a winner so you know how to win. You don't want to talk to a loser because a loser can't tell you how to win. Remember, all we do is win no matter what. 25-0, baby. 25-0 on my lawsuits too. That part. Now they big me. Ask them, did they win one? Did you win one? Did you scratch it? Did you do anything? You didn't.
You know, over here, I always say I don't know if it's 25-0, but from the way I'm on my side, the way I'm looking at it, Delgado, if he's slaughtering Odelson, trustees get another attorney. That's all. Like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. And if y'all didn't win one lawsuit and y'all went through 3, 4, 5 lawsuits, go ahead and get another attorney. I don't want no problems. Y'all already know we got to put it in here.
Tried asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in
You need to
Springfield?
ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled it. I was just riding the bike.
We need more. Tried asking.
I don't want no problems, Odelson. But yeah, if you lose one more case for the trustees, I might be looking sideways. I'm not gonna lie.
Win nothing, stop. But yet y'all talking. Everybody in their 24 hours worth of fame to talk mess, be negative. Like, that's not Tiffany Henyard. I am not a negative person. I can't stand negative energy. And I only sit in rooms and at tables with people that's just like me as it relates to uplifting community, uplifting women. This Women History Month. Why aren't we uplifting one another? Y'all stay trying to tear me down, but God ain't gonna let you. So I just want you guys to know that God put you where he wants you. At the end of the day, I have been chosen and I'm ready to walk in my purpose. And that's why you see me today going against the nonsense that you see on the news. Because as Malcolm X said, the news is the most powerful outlet to basically make a guilty person look innocent and an innocent person look guilty. And that's why I'm here today, to fight back, to show you that you don't never, ever give up, because your narrative, your vision is yours and yours alone. So now I'm here to walk in my truth. And that's what I'm gonna do today. Okay, so today, the first person we're going to discuss is the U-Haul, Mr. Larry. So Mr. Larry, he claims, alleged, right? Let me use the right words, alleged, that he owns a U-Haul place in our village off of 142. Those that live in our community right off of 142 is right across from 142nd and Dante, to be exact. It's an expressway. Everybody get off that E-way doing about 90 miles an hour. And he said he got a candy store, right? Come on, really? Look at my face. Candy store. Right there off the E-way. So the kid gonna cross the street and run over? No, they don't do that. So I just want to.
Okay. So where Mr. Larry is, that's why I want to give you a little bit of history. I don't know if I still have it. Spencer was over there. I think we talked about that. That used to be, yes, he could have a candy store, because that used to be the Hostess bakery. So we would walk from school. We would cross that street and it was still an expressway there, ongoing and offgoing. And we would go over to get honey buns, Twinkies. I told y'all all about, if you had your lunchbox and it was a little black slash on your honey bun, you was poor, because that was a discount thrift store. But you got, what's the name of that? You ever had those suckers that had the gum in it? And we would have these fan ponytails. We had these fan ponytails, and we put these suckers in our ponytails. Just really, really, really a mess. Really 90s, right? Early 90s. French rolls and all stuff. But we go over there, get our Suzy Q's. So yeah, that's Mr. Larry's spot for people who just need a little Dalton history. If you're a former Daltonite, let me know if you remember. That was the Hostess bakery. It was. So yes, we crossed that street all the time, and it was an expressway still there. And it was closed for several years. Okay. Not even I'm gonna say, what's that, Dante? What you got? Dante, Dorchester, Kenwood, Kenbark, Avalon, Woodline. 4 blocks up. 4 blocks up, you have Needles Park. That's where that man famously was saying that the park got blocked off and he couldn't do his car show. So it is, and then before you even get to the Hostess, right off that exit, it's a church with a daycare. So yeah, just giving y'all a little, like, I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but just give you a little history. That's a little background, okay?
To point these things out, show you what really truly do exist, because the world's watching, but y'all don't live in our community to really know what's really going on in our own backyard. So I'm gonna show you what they version was, and I'm gonna show you the body cam of what's really going on in my town, because we got a lot of underground clubs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get the little QR codes, get in the back door, and y'all open at 2 a.m. in the morning. Where they do that at? 2 a.m. to 5, 6, 7 in the morning. That's what's going on in my community. So I just want you guys to know what we are about to do, or what we're about to show you, and now you will see Truth Speaks. Here we go. Watch the video. And this is the news portion. So I'm going to let it play. I want you to listen. And then we will go into the true body cam of what really happened that night and what's going on while you're asleep. While you're asleep, remember, Mayor Henyard's always working. So this is the things we catch at night. But the news didn't show you none of this. Why is that? Let's go.
Gardner says he's also considering a lawsuit alleging
right,
the
so
village
this is Mr.
illegally
Larry.
shut down his candy store.
Say at a candy store, right?
And
So we're gonna
his
watch what the
trucking
news
business.
told.
There's no
the
freight.
world.
I just have a couple of friends that don't have anywhere to put their belongings, so I put the stuff in here to collect a couple of dollars to pay the rent.
That clip was from the news. So let me show you what Mr. Larry been up to. Let me show you what we've been watching. So pay attention, because it's a whole sitcom. I kid you not, for about 45 minutes. But we about to show you what we've been dealing with every other night, every weekend, when we find out that they're having these underground nightclubs in our backyard. You're going to be amazed at what goes on in here. And I'm going to talk to you as it is rolling. Play the tape.
Right now. Come on in.
You the owner of the establishment?
Right here.
Okay.
So this is
How we doing, John?
Larry DeLiar's
Hey, who's the owner?
U-Haul place.
You? Okay. We would
And
have
you have one of our
any type of
officers
events or parties
here
scheduled for tonight, would we?
at his location.
Okay, just want to go down to the body cam footage. Says 1:22:23. And so someone blew the whistle, I'm assuming, because he said you wouldn't have a party schedule here. So let's take a listen.
Location.
Private club?
And they're asking him about his
license to operate a private club?
business license.
Just do it for my friends.
Throw it for your friends. Okay. What we got going on back there?
They just having a party.
Okay, you mind if I take a look?
Sure.
All right.
So he told him he could take a look. Now he said candy store. Did y'all see any candy anywhere? I didn't. Unless you 50 Cent in the candy shop. I don't know. What is this? But it looks like a nightclub, guys. What does that look like to you? Y'all tell me. I don't know. You tell me what that look like. That look like a nightclub. It's about to go down. Boy, look at that. Oh, only in Dalton, right?
Mr. Larry, so we're going to have to shut
So the
this
officer comes back up.
down. You're not
He
licensed
talks to him.
operate that type of event.
That he does not have a business license, nor do he have a liquor license to operate that in our community. But again, the news didn't tell you that. They talked about a candy store. Stop! Candy store on 142. Anybody that live over there off 142 in Dante? 142 in Dante. It's an expressway. When people exit, they doing about 70 to 90 miles an hour off the E-way. Literally. You're not going to let your kid go off the street to go to that spot for a candy store. It's just not going to do it. No, not going to do it. Not going to do it. We not going to do it. But this is what's in my backyard, guys. This is the things that you see me fighting against. So here we go. We're going to go to part 2. That's part 1. That's part 1. Told you, get your popcorn, get your cover. I know it's raining outside, but stay with me. Here we go. This part 2. Now, it's another night, and we get a call about club.
Okay, this look like New Year's Eve, about 12:33. So this is a different day, like she said, like the mayor said. And now we're going into Mr. Larry's property. Like I said, those blinking lights didn't look promising to me. I was like, Mr. Larry, what's those blinking lights? But it's his property. He can do what he wants. And then, like I said, yes, people used to go, that used to be the hostess back in the olden days. So plenty of us crossed there. Plenty of us that lived over there. All right, let's go.
Club activity in our village. Once again, you just saw part 1. He don't have no business license. He don't have no liquor license. All illegal, right? So he's operating an illegal underground nightclub in our town, which he have been doing for several months, let alone years. He's been told several times, but he continually does it. So officers got called to the scene, as you can see. And as you can see, as they're at the scene, Larry the liar, he's right here. What you look at that? Zoom in. So what? Look at that. What is that? Is that a gun? Oh, what you need a gun at a candy store for? I'm just saying. Choir and Mavs want to know. I'm just saying. What you need a gun?
Long as you got your concealed carry and your FOIA card, and you know that's the store, and you want to protect yourself, that's my opinion. I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts.
Gun at a candy store. So as you go walk through, you see all these vehicles. Again, remember, y'all just saw the news. What the news tell y'all it was?
Party shut down. You gotta go.
They told you it's a candy store / truck stop. I don't see not one truck. Show me where a truck at. I'll wait. Truck. Where you at? Truck. Would you look at this? Cars for days. Cars. It's like a whole party going on, right? Whole nightclub. I wonder what the interest fee was. And remind you, if you don't live in our town, this is like in the cut. Like you won't even notice it. It's so hidden, this location. But when you got so much activity going on, or when the police is called, that's how we find out about a lot of things that goes on at night while y'all sleep. He opened these clubs up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and be there till 7 a.m. I'm like, what they do that at? Little did I know in Dalton. But this what we fighting against. Look, girl twerking. She got a bottle. Now look at this. You finna enter this club scene.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a non-biased opinion. In my opinion, okay, looks like a New Year's Eve party to me. And like I said, I was over there at like late night club. I was putting my opinions in there. That's why I had to leave, because I didn't want to let his opinion seep in my head. So that's why I don't like to watch other content creators and their opinions seep in. Looked like a New Year's Eve party. Looked like he was trying to get some money for that. Had a New Year's Eve party. Thought it was okay because it's his property. Come on through, have a bottle, have some food. However, I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna be honest. That's where I'm just at with it. Not from Mr. Larry I saw on the news.
You see, as we enter, look at all them people. But remember, again, candy store. This is a full-blown nightclub. But look at this. You got people for days. You got chairs. You got stages. You got the DJ on the ones and twos. Look at this.
We got DJs at the board meeting too. Just putting that out there. We got DJs at the board meeting. However, yeah, that's looking a little apartment lounge / nightclub, extra late night. I don't know. We're gonna keep on watching.
It's people. But this is what I try not to do, is put people's stuff on blast. But today is the day. Because you keep trying to throw me under the bus and say, it's the mayor, it's the mayor. No, it's not the mayor. It's you, sir. You are having illegal clubs in our community with no business license, no liquor license. You even got illegal gambling machines. Come on, man. People. Look.
Now let me tell you something. I think the party's okay. Don't get me wrong. Y'all put your comments in there. We're just talking. The party is totally okay. It's New Year's Eve at this point with 1/1. I've been to parties at a dang on nail shop, hair shop. Didn't know, just somebody like, you know what? After today, we're gonna have a party tonight. You know what I mean? I've been there. Gambling machines, you are pushing the limit. I'm gonna be real. That's pushing the limit. Sorry, Mr. Larry, but that is pushing the limit. Like with the slot machines, you can have pinball, you can have pool tables, you could throw some dice on the ground. You know what I mean? Look, allegedly, but you ain't had no slot machines. Please tell me you ain't had no slot machines, Mr. Larry. I ain't gonna believe that.
She's like, look, we ain't got beans, greens, potatoes. We got a whole nightclub. Look at this. In Dalton. Like a young crowd too, boy. It's fun to get it in. But this is what we've been dealing with, guys. These are the parts that is really, really sad that the news don't show you, because they have to paint a picture of the mayor's bad. And this is what I mean when I talk about the news trying to defame my name. But again, if you live here, you understand. If you live here, you know what community has been complaining about. You know what community do not want.
Mr. Larry, please tell me those ain't no slot machines back there. No, Mr. Larry, please tell me that's like Pac-Man.
But people always go about it the wrong way. And then turn around and say, oh, it's her, it's not me. Stop it. Stop it, sir. Larry the liar, stop it. You caught. Poof, be gone. You caught. Stop.
That's another thing I want to ask. Did they have the right to go into his property without a search warrant? It's like, can we come in? No. Not without a search warrant. That's my question. But Mr. Larry, then the third question is, see, let me y'all know how I be doing my ride-alongs. I take a time and look and see, because I'm like, I don't want to get nobody nowhere where they ain't supposed to be. Y'all, what if Burgundy Blue was in this nightclub that night? What if I was in there on that slot machine up there twerking? Was the body cam footage approved to be released? I don't know how that goes. Y'all let me know.
I don't know what you got going on up in here. What is this? I don't know, like a little boom boom room. What is this? What do you got going on, sir? But this is not acceptable. Just not. I ain't even know you had all this going on in the back. Yep. So as you can see, residents, I wanted to show you footage of what happens when the lights go off. At 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. in your own backyard. And the minute something happened, and y'all like, well, why they got a club? Well, what's going on? That's what we see. Look, they had to get their picture, boy. They're like, no, I want my picture. I'm not going nowhere till I get my picture. This is what happens.
So, okay, once again, we talking. Yeah, them slot machines, y'all. Let me tell you, that's why I say I'm not trying to be right. Like, it's things I see, and I'm like, come on now, let these people open up. Mr. Larry, you know you ain't supposed to have no dang on gaming slot machines back there. Let's read this. However, if he applied for licensing and permits and she denied them because he didn't contribute to his campaign, that's also wrong. Absolutely. Now, would he apply for licensing and permits for a liquor license and gaming, or was that under the radar? Because we've been covering this story, and I didn't hear him mention anything other than U-Haul, storage, candy. So we're just playing devil's advocate. So could that be why? Like I always say, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know nobody that do that. But if this don't say Mr. Larry's room, and this New Year's Eve, like I said, I think he had a right to have a party on New Year's Eve on his property. That's my thing. Have a party, set it up, ain't nothing wrong. It's his right. It's his property. But slot machines, Mr. Larry, please tell me you had a license for that. And it's got to be, and look, we're not blaming Mr. Larry. It got to be two sides again, because if I had a slot machine in there and I wouldn't be going to the alphabet people. He's wrong if they saw her at the party. Like, that's probably cause to search the place. Thank you. Thanks. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so right next door to that is a church. I told you, it's a church over there, and across the street is a nursing home. So it could have been extra loud that night because it is a nursing home directly across the street.
But today, truth speaks. And I told you, if you want the tea, get it from me. Because I got the facts with the receipts. That part. Y'all weren't ready for that, was you? Nope. Y'all thought I didn't have no receipts. I always keep receipts. People can say whatever they want, but I keep them receipts, though, on ice. So, here the gaming. Now, look at this, guys. I don't know if you know how gaming work or how villagers make their money. They make...
Y'all, I'm so disappointed in Mr. Larry. Not a slot machine, Mr. Larry. Because, okay, so from adult night, let me shut up. We'll do a ride along. Not one day, not tomorrow, because because I told you it's too huge. The last week I saw 2 huge YouTubers out here, and the one today I saw wants me to wait a couple of days. Like I said, I didn't know who long. Oh, sorry guys. I'm trying to close my drawer and drop and change. Oh my God. Oh my God. Not a slot machine, Mr. Larry, and liquor. You ain't let's keep going.
Make money per machine. If you don't know about that, it's another tax that most municipalities and cities do. And you have to be registered so that county, state, people get their money, right? Illegal game machines. Did you see how many yet? Did you see that? News, what yet? No, news, no. Y'all didn't report that. But again, these are the things that I deal with as a mayor in Dalton.
So I want to hear Mr. Larry's side. Like, did he have because I think you can't have both. You can't have a candy store. Well, no, because kids can walk in the liquor store and get candy. Let me shut up. No. So, Mr. Larry, did you set because that's a big, like I told y'all, that's a big property he got. That's a big property he got. So, did Mr. Larry set up a section for U-Haul? This is huge. It's not, I'm maybe sure. This the retro picture of it used to be. So I'm thinking they were in the back of the building where that little white awning is, because the front probably was the candy store. The back, I've been to barbershops, not in Dalton, nothing like that. But in California, I've been to barbershops and at night they're like a club. But I mean, like when I lived in LA, it would be like what they call it, a speakeasy. In the daytime, it'd be a hair salon and a barbershop, and at night it was they had a whole license, you know. Was it the front, the candy store, and the back was the club, and you've been trying to get your license and they would never let you? I don't know. Where is Spencer Cornelia now? We need to find out, because this is shocking. I want to hear Mr. Larry's side after this. I do. Let's keep going, because that is shocking.
As you can see, you just saw truth versus fiction. And I think truth has spoke. You saw it with your own 2 eyes, and I just want you to know I'm going to keep on pushing for a better community, a vibrant, family-oriented community. That's what I represent. I grew here. Y'all flew here. I need you guys to help fix and build our community for family. Not for nightclubs, underground parties, secret squirrel meetings, none of that. Family. That's what I represent. I love you. So we just got done with business number 1. Now we on to business number 2.
Not Mr. Rinkys, y'all. Leave Mr. Rinkys alone. Oh, let's see what's... Now, let me tell you something. Mr. Rinkys, I have never been in, but I'm familiar with that area. And it's not like you're going to have somebody walking out of Mr. Rinkys with a ball gown and a martini. It's not that type of situation out here. So let's see what's going on.
Number 2, Rinkys. Rinky is a bar cafe in our village, which has turned into a nightclub. And I want people to see the facts versus fiction. And today you will see the receipts with your own 2 eyes. We're going to go through.
That is very true. Exactly, Erica, that you get drink tickets. Yes. Thank you for that. I've been in those in LA and Chicago, but in Chicago, I know they will have you buy drink tickets to get the drinks. So they weren't. Yep. I remember.
Actual police reports, and we're going to talk about why residents are fed up with the bar in our community and how it has become a public nuisance. Play the tape.
I'm gonna wait to this play. The thing about it, wait a minute, why security just? So the thing about it is, like, it's not like I said, you're not about to walk in there and somebody gonna be sitting there like they're on Sex and the City. Give me a Cosmopolitan. That's not these kind of clubs. Just to say it, so I could put that out there for you. No shade to Mr. Rinkys. And Mr. Rinkys was a whole different thing. That's for a story for another day. But they're outside the club right now, so this is not inside the club. Let's see what goes on. So it look like 3 drunk girls. Happened, been there, done that. Okay. Also, Mr. Rinkys did mention on the video I did. You go to my page, it says Mr. Rinkys. He mentioned, I had an incident. I'm dealing with it. Tell me what I got to do so I can fix it. He like, it was some girls fighting outside the club. That's what he said at the board meeting. Y'all, I'd be so mad if I was on that body cam. But number 2, all that talking old girl was doing, she wasn't about to do nothing anyway. Get her to the car. All that talk. Meet me out. She wasn't about to do nothing.
Get out of here.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
So I'm going to read a couple incidents that happened in our community.
Okay, like we always say, both sides over here. Remember, Detective Lacey held that manila envelope up at the board meeting, and he said, I have, all the incidents here, and you're not telling the truth. So we don't know, but who maced her? Was that police? I want to see. Is that security? I'm assuming, because I wouldn't go to the club with a Scully. Who maced that girl? Yep. Dang it. Dang. Okay, let's keep going.
Get out of here.
Wait.
Let's go.
Wait. This ain't fun. Y'all, this ain't funny, but I remember a time when nobody would be caught dead with a wig. You know what I mean? Like a removable wig like that. And it's so funny how times change. Remember that? You be like, I ain't wearing no wig. But did she just throw her wig? Please pay attention. She just threw her wig.
go, let's go.
So I'm gonna read a couple.
And see, that's why I stay in the house. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Now, to be young, I didn't look. That's a story for another day. But I know she woke up like, what the heck? I didn't. It wasn't even worth all that. What was it? Never mind. Let's go.
Incidents that happened in our community where police was called, and when we arrived, there were several fights. On January 7th of 2023, there was a fight in progress. After that, we got another call on May 2nd, 2023, where a group of people was arguing and became belligerent. And of course, you know how I go, another fight happened, and we had to break the fight up. After that, security had to use pepper spray to basically get rid of the crowd in the fight at that location. Security. So if security can't handle the issues at this location, what should we do as a community?
Okay, so fun fact, not fun fact, horrible fact. I was at the club in y'all ever heard of a club called E2? It was a pepper spray incident. It was like my it was around my birthday time. Me and my friend, we went, and the security guard started pepper spraying people. And we all went down let me see. We all went, it popped right up. I don't know if this is dang, it's on Wikipedia. Let's see, we're gonna play it. I was there that night. So pepper spraying, if you remember that, actually that was my birthday weekend. And the only thing that saved me and my friend was that, sorry, I popped on the screen. I got my bonnet on. The only thing that saved me and my friend was the only thing that saved us was we didn't want to pay the $5 coat check. Ain't that crazy? We didn't want to pay the $5 coat check, so we was a little late for the stampede. But that was our club. So the week before that, we was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and go back to E2's. And that same night, it was a pepper spray incident. So I'm gonna show y'all E2. So this is why pepper spray always scares.
It's been nearly 20 years since the tragedy. Tonight, we hear from people who lost loved ones, who witnessed what happened, and who helped ensure that this does not happen again. 2347 South Michigan Avenue, in the heart of the Motor Row Entertainment District, has been vacant for 20 years, last occupied by the E2 nightclub, the site of the deadly tragedy that claimed 21 lives. Deshand Ray died that night.
Where would he be? You never get past that.
The 24-year-old was the youngest son of Howard and Mary Ray. The aspiring entertainment promoter was at the club to make connections.
I just wish he could have lived his life.
In the early morning hours of Monday, February 17th, 2003, E2 was packed with more than 1,000 people celebrating the President's Day weekend. The space was only designed to hold 240 people. When a security guard used pepper spray to break up a fight, hundreds of patrons rushed to the building's only exit, creating a stampede that jammed the stairwell.
You could not pull these people apart. They were so intertwined and trapped and stuck together.
Retired video journalist Ken Herzlich covered the tragedy.
It was up there with, in the top 5 of the horrific things that I've ever dealt with.
Months before the tragedy, a court order was issued to close the second floor of the nightclub for building violations.
Somebody didn't do the job. The building should have been shut down for repair at that particular time, but it was not.
The building's owners, Calvin Hollins Jr. and Wayne Kiles, were charged with 21 counts of involuntary manslaughter, but were never convicted. Instead, they were found guilty of criminal contempt for violating that court order. Judy Friedland was the attorney for the City of Chicago's Buildings Department in 2003. She says following the tragedy, a comprehensive communication system was put in place to better ensure that court orders are followed.
Now, when there's a business closure, it gets reported to every department imaginable, especially police, fire, the alderman's office or alderperson's office gets noticed.
All these years later, the Rays still want justice for their son. They lost their wrongful death lawsuit against the city and have now filed a case in federal court. Theirs is the last known E2 lawsuit.
They're alleging that if the city had produced a full accounting of what was recorded by the between 9 to 11 cameras, then they would have had a fuller picture of what actually happened.
As for the owners, Dwayne Kiles said through his attorney that he thinks about the victims and their families every day, going on to say, quote, the city of Chicago has still not lived up to its obligations to the victims and their families to do things like erect a monument in their memory or to fully investigate and explain both the successes and failures of city personnel who were responsible for supervising and responding to the calls for help from the nightclub.
I say a prayer every night. He's in my prayer because, you know, I'm hoping that God is looking over him.
We reached out to the city, but they declined to comment on the statement from Dwayne Kiles' attorney. And we reached out to Calvin Hollins Jr., who also declined to comment. In the past years, the Ray family helped organize memorial gatherings with other victims' families on the anniversary of the tragedy, but they haven't gotten together since the pandemic. And so far, Ravi and Cheryl, there is no memorial planned for this year. Just still so painful for those involved.
Watch breaking news.
I just wanted to share that because I did experience a pepper spray. We didn't know what was going on. Our eyes just started burning. And if you've never been to E2s, when you go down the stairwell, when you go, it was like maybe 22 stairs to go up to the club, right? And when the pepper spray happened, everybody ran for the exit, which was down, right? So when I tell you dudes was pushing girls out the way, this is from your girl Burgundy, tell you from dudes, big dudes, security guards, everybody, they were pushing the girls out the way. You ain't have a chance. It wasn't no women and children first, like the Titanic. It was like we pushing everybody. And that's how the trampling started. And we all, and I think I'm gonna say allegedly here, but my memory serves me right. One day we were at that club and our eyes just started burning. And it was earlier before it was time to close. We think it was the same security guard, and we're saying allegedly. So I don't think the brothers were aware that happened or the owners, but yeah, same security guard girl. And that's a small guard. I mean, not girl. I didn't realize I went to high school with one of his brothers. Those brothers look so much alike. Thank you, exactly, Erica. I was there one night when there was a mass stampede and my fur jacket got stolen from the coat check. No one was injured that night. Let me tell you something. That was a theory. We're talking about the coat check. Back then, the girls had the crop minks and the crop rabbit furs. And that was back when R. Kelly was at Paget's and E2s. Now, exactly, Erica, I know you're younger than me, girl. But I'm going to tell you a little history. That's back when you went to White Palace and R. Kelly was there at the Paget's and he'll drive by, or you'll see Michael Jordan stop by. What was that called? The something dolphin, if you remember that. That was a time to be alive, honey. That was a time to be alive. And let me tell you something about Dalton. Secrets was not for the riffraff when it first started. Secrets was popping. You had some really good promoters at Secrets when it first started. Mr. Rinkys, we didn't mess with them because it was a little too much going on. Even though it's supposed to be an older crowd, it will always be an altercation. So let's get back to Rinkys. Like I said, that's the problem. When people get intoxicated, you meet a guy at the club, and then he meet another girl at the club, and you went home with him last week, and then now he with another girl to act like he don't know you. A fight can ensue when alcohol, your emotions are high. But baby, E2s was a time, and I remember the only thing saved our life, we ain't had $5 to get the coat check. It was another club. After E2's closed down that way, the Shrine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly, Erica. I didn't know you were from the Shy like that. Girl, don't get me started. I'll give you some. I was at the Cotton Lounge. What was it? The Cotton Lounge. Yeah. I think it was the Cotton. Okay, let's listen some more to Mayor Henyard and Mr. Rinkys. I hope you can tell us what's going on, because we done played your board meeting message. Like I said, with that big old security guard, I knew nobody was acting a fool. Not with Gregory Clegane, not with him, not the Mountain. Oh man. Like I always say over here, I'm just showing both sides. That don't mean she's right and she's perfect. Just showing both sides of the story.
Community residents, enough is enough. And then on 3 separate incidents where force was used because of the threat and all the people that was there, citations was given for violations, but it was another fight. All I could tell you is, when y'all gonna see the pattern of fights, of issues at this one location? So I'm gonna give you another incident that happened, and I'm gonna take you down the way I see it. But I'm gonna give you the facts as it relates to what happened. It was a crowd outside fighting. We got called for crowd control. Police came, showed up, broke the crowd up, but I guess they was still fighting. And you notice one thing that always happens. Every time we go there for one fight, another fight happens. But this one issue on September 29th of 2023, this how bad things have gotten. People was inside the bar. This is the story that we was told. Was inside the bar, and inside the bar was a security guard, as they say, off-duty security guard. You're right. But off-duty security guard, we're going to stick to what they said. Off-duty security guard was in there, but he was drinking. So he was drinking. He got into it with a group of people, or a person, from what the story they told, and they beat the man up. This is in Dalton. They beat the security up and took his gun. Where they do that at? In Dalton, as I can see. This sounds like some made up stuff, but that actually did happen.
Y'all, I got a headache. I got a headache. Like I said, it's 2 sides to every story. But if this is true, the off-duty security guard went in there and got beat up and his gun took it. Was he a security guard for Rinkys? Oh, gosh.
So I normally use a little comedy just to show people that, hey, guys, things happen. But this is how I saw it in my head. Play the tape.
Santa Claus, yeah, I'm tired of some fucking some robbers. He pulled out a pistol and was like, "Dodo, you on crack?"
Anybody ever seen that Friday scene when Deja and Craig got jacked by Santa Claus, and he said Santa Claus came in and he tried to rob him? He was. Anybody see that? That's the scene that I see when I read this statement here, because it's just like impossible. It don't make sense. It don't sound real that a off-duty security guard gets beat up and get their gun taken. So just imagine you in a club with your girl and all of a sudden somebody gets beat up. That's the security. They're supposed to be protecting you. Why would you go there? Why would you feel safe? Why would you take your girl there? It don't make sense. But hey, these are the issues that we have in our community. So we have several other issues that I'm going to entertain really quickly as it relates to the public nuisance and the calls that the police department have received. And I'm going to just clear it up with this and I'll leave it here. We had calls for several fights, because I can go on and on and on. We had people get windows broken out of. We had one fight happen, as I stated before, then another fight happened right after that. And it's just sad because at this location, he been having so many problems. He had an ex-employee come to the location, threaten to shoot up the place. And then right after that, they had another fight with 2 men. 2 males was fighting. and we had to come and break it up. We have to say, we're not going to stand for this. Just let me make sure I'm clear on this. Everybody that comes to our community come from another town. They don't even live here, just so you know. And if you go look at the police reports, you'll see names, you'll see addresses, and it's from all other cities or from the city. So I just want to point that out, and everybody put a bad name on Dalton, a bad rep. But it's the company you keep. If you're entertaining a younger crowd or people that don't want to come and do right or get a little bit of liquor and then start acting a fool, that's the issues that we're having currently. But I just wanted to showcase how the police is always called to this location for fights, for issues, and we come and we help, but it's hurting our community because the community is tired. We even gave them a hearing and they didn't even show up to the hearing. So when people go and tell you guys that it's us and not them, you should ask them, what did you do? Because people can always point the finger at someone else, but never tell you the side of what they did and what the consequences was of not fixing their business. Now we on to business number 3. I am going to explain to you guys and show you Truth Speaks as relates.
Okay. So like I said, okay, just let me give you my expertise on this. Mr. Rinkys didn't do nothing but replace, like, it's a lounge. It's people go there. If you need to have a 30 and up, 35 and up, you know what I mean? When you got 21 and up, this is what happened. People have they feel of the liquor, act up, fight, all that. It's two sides to it. Once I think they kicked them out the bar, maybe to get them out the strip mall. That's probably what the situation is. Get them out the strip mall, but then you're liable if something happened to them if they drank too much at your establishment in some states. I don't know if that's true for Illinois. So it's not like, and it's nothing against the community or nothing like that. But it's nothing, it's not, like I said, it ain't like people walking in there asking for caviar, a French 75, a cosmopolitan and Mr. Rinkys. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a certain situation going on, and I'm not trying to judge anybody. But that off-duty security guard, Mr. Rinkys he should never come back. You off duty and you got your gun and you drunk, and now somebody had the nerve to take the gun from you. You know what? That's too much. But I feel bad because I don't want the people to lose their jobs. But as I said in my last video, my thing is I want the community to be safe. Then you go back and say, well, if he closed, he's not paying taxes. If he closed, people not doing jobs. But if he open up, then it's always an altercation in the neighborhood. And Mr. Rinkys, even though it's a strip mall right there, right across the street from him, just so you know, in your head are apartment buildings. And a lot of those apartment buildings have seniors in them.
To this next business, Free Indeed. It's sad how individuals go on the news.
Now, you ain't have to do Free Indeed like this. Now I got a problem. Let's keep on listening.
And talk negative about people when they know the truth, but they won't say what they did. Well, let me rephrase, what they didn't do as relates to their business. So today I'm about to show you facts versus fiction, because you know the news is all fake news. They just tell you and show you things they want you to believe as it relates to a narrative, to a person that they want you not to like or believe in. So today is the day where I show my truth as it relates to Free Indeed.
Here, put that over there.
One person not feeling the love is Nicole Scott.
Are you a victim of the dysfunction in Dalton?
Absolutely, but more so, residents are victims. Would you like some of these?
She runs the Free Indeed Market, a ministry-minded pantry set up like a grocery store. It's meant to give people in need a bit of dignity.
We have some onions here if you need onions. And
Scott says she secured funding and architectural plans to redevelop this entire dilapidated shopping center last summer, but the village did nothing with her application for 6 months. She kept a log of her increasingly desperate demands for a response.
What has stopped this?
I don't know. Whenever we go over to the village, we don't get a response.
This has to do with you not taking care of your business. You. Starts with you. Can't blame nobody but yourself. I need you to call the company that did your inspection and make it right. Go fix the building. Give them the plans and the things they need. Matter of fact, put that on the screen. Show the people what they told you needed to do, but you never showed that on the news. Because it ends and starts with you. All you had to do is come into compliance with what they told you to do and give them the documentation of what was needed to get whatever you needed from them, which was permits, but you refused to do that. So again, reach out. My door's always open. But now let me show y'all the video of her support.
Now, she did mention on Tommy G all of this. I will give her that. She said, well, they wanted these drawings, they wanted these drawings, they wanted these drawings. But I'm gonna take it a step further, because I remember seeing the free indie market, and like I said, we're gonna hear it, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. I remember getting literature and thinking that this was something that the mayor brought to town actually.
Play the video.
Everybody, this is Dr. Scott with American Association of Single Parents, and I just wanted you to know that we are in support of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. She has amazing initiatives and programs and things trying to do in the Southland for our community. And so us over at American Association of Single Parents, free and debarking, and coming soon, the Ava Center in Dalton, we support the initiatives of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. We're glad to be walking alongside her to see the community change for the better.
Thank you. Oh my God. Did you see that? So you do support me, but you told the news you don't. Which one is it? You like all the initiatives that I'm doing in the village. You love the route we're taking. You love the youth initiatives. Like, come on, ladies, stop. I told you, stop lying. Man, it's amazing the things people would do and the things people sell their souls for. Amazing. Y'all better stop. God don't like you messing with his kids. Stop. She has failed multiple inspections as relates to her location. She was told on several occasions to make sure she turned in plans as relates to her business, and she did not do that. You cannot turn in a drawing with no 3D renderings, no architectural plans as it relates to where are you gonna put the furnace? How big is the furnace? Is it gonna be in the ceiling? Is it gonna fall? All these type of things was asked of her as relates to an outside company that did her inspection. And we utilized the outside company because it's a big project, number one. And number two, we don't like people to always say, the village did this, the village did that. No. She have not completed or improved anything in her location. And a lot of her tenants do complain about the conditions they are actually working in. Here's one video from one of the locations in the unit. And this is what y'all didn't see and what the news didn't tell you. Play the tape. So we are in a store within that location, and it's about to show you that the ceiling is leaking. You see that? The ceiling is leaking. Water is coming down on all of their products. All of their inventory is becoming destroyed. As you can see, it's coming all the way through the ceiling. Next video. The ceiling actually collapsed, almost hitting the worker. And in the video, you will see all the wet tiles below.
Okay, So I got so many things to say about this. No, that's not habitable, but yes, I visited the free and D market and it's a need for the community. I also want to say that's what I think she's trying to get the permit for, to do the to get things fixed. So if you did walk through and you saw this, how do we not know that that's not just the inspection? So she could say, hey, look right here. Now the reason I'm saying that is because that building right there was attached to the old Value Village that was burnt down to the ground years ago. That's a story for another day. um I'm really disappointed that, okay, so this is my thing. What's the outcome? How can she get the permit? That's all I'm saying. Is it a way she can get the permit? That's it. So I just found the photo. We're gonna do this in the morning because I have stuff to say. Let me say this. It's two sides to every story. I stand on that. I can imagine the pressure that she's under. Let me tell you that. And also some things will not be acceptable because she is the first female mayor, first black female mayor in the town. People are not gonna, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, you letting this slide, you know, I'm just being real. This is just what we live in. Whereas I remember back in the day, Mr. Rinkys, if you guys ever been to Mr. Rinkys, alleged, I'm gonna say no shade, allegedly, but Mr. Rinkys used to get shot up. Somebody got shot up every weekend, and they would be open the next weekend. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what she's trying to prevent. I don't know. I'm gonna finish this video, and I'm gonna show you a powerful photo that I shared on my membership tab. Consider being a member of my channel. I share different things over there. And I think it's important to know a little bit of the history. I'm not here to judge, I'm not here to bash, but it is two sides to the story. So right now, how I feel is this could have been her village walkthrough. This could have been her initial village walkthrough. And then they told her all the things she had to do. It could have been raining that day, and they were like, you gotta do this, do this, do this. And then this video, I don't know. But she needs a permit to open, right?
They picked it up, cleaned it up, put it inside a garbage can. But these are the issues that we are having with the location here in Dalton. So people go on the news and tell y'all this stuff. Told you, stop believing the hype.
Now, for people that don't know, I did a ride along. Okay, not trying to give too much. I don't know what part of strip mall is it. Remember, Dr. Scott said she bought the entire strip mall. So I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but remember at the end we saw the furniture store, and I was like, at the ride along, I was like, I wish I could play it, but I'm not that savvy that fast. But I was like, she bought the entire strip mall. At the end was a furniture store. It was a nail shop. In the middle, it was a old currency exchange. What if it's just that end of the strip mall that looked like that? That's at the. I feel like I gotta pull it up. Let's pull it up. And you guys, please hit the like button. You know, I'd be nervous doing this, but I just think it's important to show the different sides. So I appreciate y'all's support. Let's see if I can pull it up. Just a real quick ride along. Let me see if I got it. I think that was the day I saw Sean. Let me see. Was that the day I saw Sean? Oh man, this thing is acting up. Let's see if we can get it on another one. Hit the like button while you're here. Conversate with yourselves. Let's see if I got it. If you pull up, it might not pull up. Okay, let's see if we can screen. Right along. I want to show this. Let me see if I can do it. I might be able. A talent. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I want to just show. I did a ride along. I'm gonna go ahead and let this play, and I'm gonna find it. Okay. Keep in mind this furniture right here. Just keep in mind. I don't know if this is the case, but you see the couches and the table and the deep freezer and all that. So Dr. Scott says she bought the whole strip mall. Now, I think I walked y'all through the whole strip mall. Let's see. I'm gonna let y'all watch this. I just want to give insight to the situation. Now,
check your facts for yourself. Because if you check your facts, you'll be like, oh, wow, that's why. That's what happened. But no one wants to tell the truth. But today I'm telling you the truth as it relates to how individuals come into our community and not do their job, but sit here and point the finger about this and that. But really, truth be told, they're not in compliance with the village. And it's said that these businesses had to suffer due to her not taking care of her obligation, which is fixing the building. So I hope these videos are helpful to you, and I hope you see the truth for what it is. And I pray that we all come to one common ground and fix our village and all get along for the betterment of Dalton. Because at the end of the day, the residents are the only ones that suffer when we are all battling one another. So my job is to love on each other, despite what others may think or feel. I love all y'all, despite all y'all lies y'all told on me. And I wanted to showcase that by telling you my door is always open, but it's up to you to walk through it. But if you want to stay on the other side and point fingers and tell lies and throw a rock at a glass house, don't make sense. Check your closet, clean your house, fix your mess, because I'm about to lay it all to rest. Today is the day where the people see you for the individual you are. A liar. You're a liar, lady. Stop lying on me. Keep telling you. Stop lying on me before I tell the truth on you. Now drop the receipts. So residents, pick it up, check it out, share the video, show the world what's really been going on. Because they tell you parts, things they want to make believe. To just say that Dalton is bad. Dalton's a great place. And I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm not going to let these individuals think they're going to strong arm me to pass them on inspections when you see these people, businesses are in disarray. And you won't fix it, but you want me to turn a blind eye. I'm not doing it, lady. Fix your building. Fix your problem. Thank you. All right, that does it for business number 3. Now we're moving on to business number 4. Are y'all ready? Sure. Are y'all ready? All right. This one is Big Woods Barbecue. So this one is in our downtown area as well. And this individual also went on the news to say the village didn't do this, the village didn't do that, or people playing politics with him, things of that nature. So today I'm going to show you all of his inspection reports for him not being in compliance. He has also failed multiple inspections. Yes, multiple inspections. But yet they get on the news and tell you the opposite. But y'all eating in these places. Y'all eating in these places. Our job as a village is to protect the residents and make sure no one gets sick. People get health inspections. People get building inspections. If they do not pass, they have to go and fix the things that's needed. If they do not fix the
I'm gonna have to find a ride along tomorrow, but I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar. I was doing a ride along and I was like, oh, this is downtown Dalton. I think that where the leak was, even though it's not right because that's Dr. Scott's whole building, was at the very end of the strip mall at the furniture store. That's my thought. And I was like, who the heck's shopping in this store? But we'll get to that tomorrow because I have to go through that. Now on Big Woods, I don't know how I feel about this part because he still has a business to run. So if you saying you still eating in this place and it's a situation, that's like almost going to be trouble for him, right? Let's continue. Let's continue.
The things that's needed, then guess what? They have to do another inspection, pay another fee until they get it right. But our job is to make sure we protect you so we don't give them a business license. We don't let them operate. And when we don't do that, then they go and say, we're playing politics. We're not. It's called doing your job. As a village, our job is to make sure that you don't go in there, eat some food or something and get sick. And then you get sick and then you say the village allow them to be open. Come on, man. Y'all need to check your facts because everybody talking, but I ain't got no facts. Residents, pay attention. You must come in compliance with the village so that we are making sure your establishment is safe for the residents of Dalton. Again, facts versus fiction. And this is Big Woods Barbecue in Dalton. All right, and for the grand finale. Pablos!
Was that it? That was it on Big Wood? Oh, he could pass that. He can get away with that. And he could probably claim slander on that because it wasn't any paperwork, but not that she has to show it, but yeah. Yeah. Let's see what Pablo say. Now, if you didn't know, Pablo's currently is in court trying to sue about this. So let's see what goes. And y'all, I tell you, I'm out the streets for a couple of days, but I saw some huge YouTuber today, a huge YouTuber today. So he was asking me if I knew about a trustee. I did not. I don't know any of these people. You know what I mean? So I was like, I do not. And then he recognized me. I recognized him. And we're going to talk about it later. Like, give me a couple of days. But this might be something he could interview all these people. You know what I mean?
Okay. The problem we had is there's multiple fights here at this location and also shootings that happened in the past. Right now, I'm going to go down memory lane and show you a couple police reports of the issues that happened at this club. And it's supposed to be a cafe. I keep telling y'all, these are cafes.
So remember the guy that stood up and said he had to be at the hotel at 11 o'clock? He's like, I got to be out at 11 o'clock in the morning and I don't got nowhere to go. He said nothing happened on my watch while I was there. So they didn't lie. He was like, while I was there. And cafe and bar to me, this is me because I said, like, being out in this area, I ain't going to Pablo's for no coffee. This ain't Starbucks. I'm going there for a drink, some nice chicken with some mild sauce, maybe a pizza puff, maybe something like some rib or turkey tips. You know, I'm not going up in there for no, it's not Starbucks. So that's why I'm like, it's not, you know, he said cafe, and maybe that's how I took it.
But they are turning into nightclubs at night. Huh? This is why we have so much mess. My town was up in arms about it because they literally shot up Sibley, like the whole Sibley. When I say everybody got affected, basically every business just about, well, that was close by, Pablos, got affected. That was AutoZone and Burger King was the main two that had their windows shot out, so they was boarded up when this incident happened. And again, something always happened from what? A fight. One fight happened, another fight happened. After that, you got two fights going on, then somebody goes to the car, get a weapon, then a shooting happened. So I want to point these things out to you for the reasons that everyone is upset about this public nuisance and they want it to change. But it can only change with you residents. It can only change with us actually making sure we tell people enough is enough.
Looking at that is scary. Don't get me wrong. I'm scared to see something like that. Somebody said that's the chief. Okay, so just like I said, we try to do both sides. So Pablo's had a shooting. They're closed. I do understand it's a bar. I am aware. I just want to share something else. So she said, let's listen to what the mayor told us. Like I said, I'm trying to give y'all both sides.
And that we won't stand for it.
And let me tell you, it doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just giving both sides. Your opinion is valid and it matters. Let's watch that one more time and listen to what she says, who was affected.
That happened in the past. Right now, I'm going to go down memory lane and show you a couple police reports of the issues that happened at this club. And it's supposed to be a cafe. I keep telling y'all, these are cafes, but they are turning into nightclubs at night.
Huh?
This is why we have so much mess. My town was up in arms about it because they literally shot up Sibley, like the whole Sibley. When I say everybody got affected, basically every business just about, well, that was close by, Pablos, got affected. That was AutoZone, and Burger King was the...
Okay. Let's go ahead and look at what happened at AutoZone last month. And yes, they're still open. Yes, AutoZone is still open.
Has been made in that shooting in Dalton. Remember, it happened last week at the AutoZone in the parking lot there. Cook County Sheriff's Office saying Tory Lewis was charged with felony aggravated unlawful use of a weapon in connection to the shooting. The Sheriff's Office says at the time of the shooting, he was awaiting trial and on electronic monitoring for the murder of a disabled man back in 2007.
Okay. That's what happened at the
It's time to redefine web hosting with Bluehost.
So why do that keep flashing my little bonnet up? But so that's what happened at the AutoZone. Hey, StreamYard. That's what happened at the AutoZone over on Sibley. It was a shootout. You can Google it. Then you had Pablos. They had a shootout, but AutoZone was open the next day. I do understand that Pablos holds a liquor and gaming and all that, but I just want to let you know it wasn't one person shooting on one side of the street. They were shooting on both sides of the streets. That area is not where you go get a cappuccino. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it is open in that strip mall, which is why I thought they were open. It's like a sandwich space over there. The next strip mall over is a liquor store, a laundromat, and behind Pablo's is industrial. So it's a lot going on over there. I mean, not industrial, residential. It's a lot going on over there. Don't know. I don't know if he was a resident, but just Google that AutoZone shooting as well. It's a lot to digest. Tomorrow I have a video that will pop up and it'll have both sides of the resident story, like the people that are for the mayor, the people are not for the mayor. And also I'm going to share with you a photo right quick, but we'll discuss this tomorrow. And please consider joining my membership. All you gotta do is click the join button because I share other things over there. Now let's look at this photo here. Nothing against the mayor, but who do you see in this photo alone? You see Andrew Holmes, Father Flanagan, and on the right, next to the young lady with the gray hair, Kim Foxx. Next to her, community activist J. Mall Green. That's it. Now, let me tell you this regarding the mayor. It doesn't mean that she's wrong and people are not picking on her and stuff like that. But this is a powerful photo. This Father Flagger. Kim Foxx, state's attorney. You got the trustees asking Kim Foxx to come out. She's not even running this year. J. Mall Green, one of the last community activists we got there with the white t-shirt. Just really let this sink in. My advice, let her finish her term. Let her finish her term. Do what you're supposed to do at the polls. The business owners, this administration is not the last administration. Residents, yes, it's beautified. Yes, things are cleaned up. Yes, things are looking much, much better. I will never take that away. Public Works, in my opinion, they working their butt off. It can get worse. Mr. Larry, you know you're supposed to have no dang on slot machines back there in the back of the Hostess. You know you ain't supposed to have those slot machines back there in the back of the Hostess. Now you know that. But if you want to know why nobody reacting, like I said, Andrew Holmes is powerful. Kim Foxx is powerful. Father Flagger, powerful. Just remember that. Let her finish her term. The receipts will come out eventually. Let her make her mark, and let's just keep peace. Business owners, do what you got to do. If you're not on the up and up, this ain't the same administration. It's just not. It's just not. You can't really, we don't know what the other mayors are doing, but you can't really have the guy talk with the mayor now. Like, hey, you know, da-da-da, two girls fighting, then I pepper spray. You can't do that. It's a whole nother ball game. Mayor, realize that these people are losing their jobs. Maybe try to find another outlet, another something. I know it's not your, you don't have to do that, but these people crying out for their jobs, they don't know what's going on, because we barely know what's going on. And I don't know, that guy with the shorts, the khaki shorts, I know his name, but I cannot picture it. He's somebody. But yeah, Kim Foxx ain't coming to Dalton. That's it. All right, y'all. That is the podcast. I wish she wouldn't have put everybody on blast. I wish the first episode would have been transparency, but now I'm kind of fearful for I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, it's two sides over here. Thanks, Carmen. I'm a former casino executive and internal auditor, 20 years experience. Those slots are illegal for sure, and those machines can be set to never pay. Mr. Larry didn't have he could have had a party all day. I would have rolled with Mr. Larry. That's your property. You can have a boom, boom room, stripper pole, whatever you want to have. But once Mr. Larry had those slot machines in there, I was like, oop. When I saw Mr. Larry had those slot machines in there, now you knew better than that. You was pushing it to the limit. And I understand it's hard to get your liquor license and your business license and all that stuff. I do. And I can understand, like, even when I was looking, I had never, Dalton did have sit-down restaurants. I think the only sit-down restaurant we have is Village Cafe and Olivia's, if I'm not mistaken. It's not no sit-down restaurants. So that restaurant row over there would be amazing. But y'all, she done came out with this. If she come out with something on the trustees, and let me tell you, I have nothing against the trustees. I swear. All I want to do is say it's two sides to the story over here. We don't know. We spectators. We watching what the news put out. We watching what Facebook saying. We watching what Twitter X saying. That's all. That's all. But baby, if you consider joining my membership, that's my only advice for you. Because we'll talk about a little more over there. And Mr. Larry's, No, Pablos. Please tell me not Miss, because I know Miss Larry ain't got no sign to say that. I think she from Illinois, Cabrini Green, actually. Miss Indies. Look, just take Kim Foxx right there, J. Mal Green, Father Michael Flager, Chief of Police Adult. Y'all, I'll see you in the morning. As always, before they sue me.
Asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in
You need to ask the
Springfield?
people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled it. I was just riding the bike.
We need more. Asking another employee who.
Oh, I forgot to add this. I meant to say this. She said 4 episodes, we're going to address the mess. Trustees. And that's all I'm going to say. It's 2 sides to every story. I'm not saying she right. I'm not. Please believe me. Taxes higher than giraffe coochie. Then on the flip side, it's something, the community cleaner. Then on the flip side, it's no transparency. We spend $150,000 for a Tahoe. You know, it's just so, it's back and forth ping pong. Mr. Larry told us one thing. Then we go on Mr. Larry's and he got slot machines over there where the candy supposed to be. And then, we calling the state's attorney. We calling the Cook County state's attorney. Okay, keep calling. Let her finish her term. We only got a year. And I've told y'all more than once, do I think that she'll be the mayor again? Yep. Because I feel like it's this lady. I don't know, but she be calling everybody out. I told y'all about that. She called everybody out to the lady to say, why we burning Dookie? You was here. Y'all, I went through those board meetings and just discovered so much stuff I didn't know. People being sued, this, that. I'm sure she a nuisance to them, but stuff that the community didn't know. All right, y'all. Y'all get some sleep. What y'all doing up? What are you doing up? I'm just gonna put this here. I hope you join my membership. Everything you give to this channel, go right back into the channel. Don't have to give nothing. Your like is enough. I'm not charging you. And it also might be a relocation fund for your girl. Y'all might be giving my relocation fund up over here on Cash App. Okay, just letting you know. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I appreciate everything y'all do for me. Thank you so much. And yeah, that was the first podcast episodes. Trustees, Robert. Please don't let me down. Don't let me down. All right, y'all. Because this show, 2 sides, like I always tell y'all, is 2 sides to the story. Good night, everybody. Take care of yourself and each other.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary blue, commentary, comment, burgundy blue, commentary.